This is Trevor.
And this is James.
From History on the Move.
And we're here today to tell you a little bit about some railroad museum etiquette.
How many museums have you been to in your life?
At least 6, 7.
The correct answer is too many.
Yeah.
I've been to one too many myself.
Oh, yeah.
And places like the Illinois Railway Museum or any of these major ones that are out there. I mean, this goes for really any railroad or railway history museum, even trolley museums, anything with 2 sticks of rail that are a certain distance apart.
Yeah, we happen to be here at the B&O Railroad Museum in Baltimore, Maryland. But we thought we'd share with you some do's and don'ts if you're visiting.
Proper railroad museum etiquette is what we're going to talk about today. And so for something that I like to think of is when you're strolling through a museum, there are certain, we'll call them greetings that our museums use to say to you, hey, you're allowed to be on this. We want you to see this. One of those would be, we'll use, for example, we're going to use obviously the museum we're at, the B&O Railroad Museum is our ground here.
But maybe a ladder or stairs going up to, maybe not a ladder, but stairs going up to an exhibit.
Yeah, if you see wooden stairs going up to something like that, or a walkway of some sort, some kind of incline, that is normally a invitation to say, hey, come up and look at this. There might be something more.
Now, if you don't see that, and especially if you see a sign that says, please keep off.
Or do not enter.
Really, don't go in there.
That is bad news bears.
Railroad equipment is not always the most safe to be climbing on.
Especially if you are a railroad fan and you have not been through a brakeman or a conductor or a locomotive engineer program or done anything to where you are around this stuff like James and I are on a weekly basis. So something else to really kind of keep in mind is when you're going through outdoor exhibits and you see things that are outside, again, if you don't see something that is inviting, if you see, say, even on something such as like our C&O Allegheny, if you see a sheet of plexiglass or plastic of some sort, don't go sticking your hands underneath. That's not okay. It is there to protect whatever it is that's behind it. So I definitely want to point that out to people. That's a big no-no. It's there for a reason.
I would also say it's good to keep touching to a minimum. The oils and sweat on your hands over time can really do a number on metal, particularly, older steel, older, any metal.
Fabrics especially. Yes. Fabrics especially.
Things will degrade if they get touched a lot. That's just the reality of life. The other thing, if you ever see, you're walking down a row of equipment or something, it's not fenced off, you might be tempted to, you'll see handbrake wheels, you might see cut levers, that sort of thing. Don't mess with them. They're probably set for a reason.
As my mother would say, leave those things alone. Yes. They're not yours. And she's not wrong.
Yeah, don't mess with those.
She's not wrong.
They can, railroad equipment is no joke. These things are easily 50 plus tons empty.
And it can hurt you. It can kill you, maim you.
It does not take much to get something like that rolling. So don't mess with stuff, please.
Leave it where you see it.
Yes. Similarly, I would also say if you ever see a switch on the ground, most of the time, like at our museum, most switches are locked, but there will be occasionally, one that won't be. If it's in a yard or something and somewhere track doesn't get used very much. Right. Don't mess with switches. That's how people get killed.
And cause derailments. And the last thing you want to do is put a historical piece of equipment on the ground.
Yes.
That's the last thing you want to do. When you go into these places, you should have a form of reverence for this stuff. Not only because it weighs tons, but because it's there for a reason. It was put there by some person or number of people for a reason. It's there because, it provides some kind of historic value. And we don't want these things to fade away. Again, whether you're at the Illinois Railway Museum or the Colorado State Railroad Museum or right here at Baltimore at the B&O Railroad Museum, these things are here for a reason. And as history lovers, James and I want to preserve, protect, and present this stuff to you. And the more we can do to kind of let that message ring out to people, the better off we are. So again, like some of this stuff is awaiting restoration, and we don't want to further. What's the word I'm looking for?
Further accelerate any kind of decay or anything like that.
Yeah. So
to that note of reverence, a lot of people, you know, they want to leave their mark on these cars.
Please don't write your name.
Please don't write your name on the cars.
Especially if you're illiterate. Please don't. That's embarrassing.
You know, don't tag them. Don't. It's part of keeping these things pristine, and the visitors play as much a part in doing that as we do. I think.
Yeah. Because, like I said, over time, these things are subject to any number of exterior elements. And this is something that we just want to put out there for people because we want to enjoy this just as much as you do when you come here to the B&O or anywhere else railroad museum-wise. We want people to really enjoy this stuff. We want you to be able to see it and interpret it for yourself, or if there's a great form of interpretation, again, like I used the C&O Allegheny here, you're able to go up to it and you're able to get in the cab. It has been put that way for a reason, and we want other people to enjoy that. And something else that just popped in my brain is if something is sitting there and it's loose or it's easily can be taken,
don't do that.
Leave it where it is. Leave it where it is. It's not yours. It's not yours. That is for others to enjoy. And we mean this in the nicest, kindest possible way. I know we kind of come across as probably stern dads, even though we're not. We sound like fathers, but we're not. But we want you to enjoy this stuff. We want other people, more importantly, further down the road in the ranks of history to enjoy this stuff. So this is Trevor again.
This is James.
From History on the Move. Stay tuned for more fun stuff. This is just something to put out there to people, kind of like a public service announcement, because our videos, you see us in, out, all around interpreting this stuff. So if you do happen to see us at the B&O Railroad Museum, say hi. We're not strangers. Take care.